Welcome to another episode of Ask a Photo Pro. Today we are talking photo reviews. That's what we do. That's what we do on Thursday. Again, still getting used to this new space, still getting used to all my settings. You gotta understand. Oh my God. Welcome, everybody. I hope you guys are having a good afternoon. We are here with an episode that I like to call Real Photo Reviews. Because, really looking at your photos is what I like to do. Real photo reviews is what I do every Thursday. Yeah, let me just put some beats on for us. All right. I like to have a little bit of music in the background when I do these photo reviews. Welcome, everybody who is watching live. I'm Carty, your friendly neighborhood photographer. Today we are talking deep about your photography. I look at photo reviews every Thursday, and today we have 18 photographers that have submitted. And by the way, if you want to submit your photos, you have to be a part of the Discord. The Discord is the largest growing photography community on the internet, according to me, with no stats. So make sure you join the Discord. The Discord's the place to be. Photographers just like you who are trying to make it as pros, and also that's the way that you submit your photos. You become a member here at the submission level, and then you submit your photos to the submission folders. You could submit your Instagram accounts, you could submit your websites, and you also can get featured on my Behind the Picture with Carty Instagram account, which you definitely will if you win Photo of the Week. So let's get into our photo reviews. Starting, and by the way, this week's assignment, I give assignments. That's the thing I completely forgot. I give assignments every week. And if you're trying to be an editorial photographer, if you're trying to shoot for magazines, if you're trying to be a working photographer, you have to understand it's not about taking pictures. It's about making pictures. And making pictures is ideas and executions. When you get hired by a magazine, they're going to hire you to execute an idea. They're going to hire you to shoot a portrait in a specific way, in a specific format, for a specific part of the magazine. So I give assignments that teach you how to be a magazine photographer. This week's assignment is shooting a vertical ad, because I'm also trying to teach you how to shoot products at the highest level, whether you're a portrait photographer like I am. I also shoot people-based advertising, lifestyle-based advertising. So there's a necessary need for you to learn how to bring products into your photography, and that's this week's assignment. So I look at assignments more so ever than just looking at random photos. I don't really look at random photos anymore. I look at assignments because people who watch me are trying to be pros. So let's get into some real photo reviews. Our first photographer, his name is Victor Liska. Recent client work for a winery, shot on my Sony a7 III and a Sigma 105 2.8 macro lens with 2 strobes, 1 diffusion plate, and 1 reflector. Shot at ISO 100 at 2.8. This is Victor. Victor, thank you so much for submitting, my guy. I appreciate you. Let's look at Victor's photograph. Victor, very, very, very nice. This is, when I'm talking about hitting it out of the ballpark, when I'm talking about quality, when I'm talking about advertising, Victor got the memo. This is on point, Victor. Really, really nice focus. The light, the diffusion panels, the reflector, the nuance. Look at this as a magazine cover, not just an ad. Look at this as a magazine cover. This is excellent, Victor. Like really, really on the button. I think that you knocked this one out of the park. This is an unequivocal 11. Like, come on. And the first image that I'm looking at today, let's look at the sharpness on the label. Let's look at him choosing a wine barrel to shoot the wine on in a winery with a wine barrel as a background. Like, this is 100% a yes or yes photo, Victor. Like, there's not a lot for me to say. I mean, what I want you to watch is like small things that you can fix in post, which is, oops, I have my iPad here. Small things that you can fix in post, like this little line here. I would take that line out. It's very easy to just fade that line away. I know that that's part of the barrel, but you're starting, you see this barrel, but you're starting to really lose this edge. So I would like take this down just a bit. Where you're cropping down here, this is fine. If any of this gets cropped off, even if it has to get cropped to 8x10, meaning you lose some of this and you lose some of this up here, this is still fine. So I don't, and the depth of field, the focus, I don't have anything to say except for applause for you, my friend. Well played. Well played. Very, 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 very good. Victor Liska, picture number 1. Let's go, Victor. Well done. All right. Let's do something a little different this time. We are going to do something a little bit different. All right, next. Anna says, some orange stuff. Shot on the D780 with a 105 f/25. I'm going to say again, f/25. Listen to the f-stop at a 60th of a second with ISO 320. This is Anna shooting some orange stuff. Well done, Anna. Thanks for submitting. Anna's also in my master class and has also gone through some amazing one-on-one. Anna, this is a fantastic photo. Let's look at it as a cover. Again, this is an advertising image, but as a cover picture, Anna, you absolutely get the smoke. This is amazing. And again, we're 2 for 2. This is another 11. Absolutely a banger. Like, wow, Anna. I mean, look at how much effort you put in. You went and had to buy all of these oranges and style this and light this, and your white balance is so perfect. Like, look at your white balance. Like, this is white and this is white. So your white balance is on point. The color of the oranges is great. I mean, you can start getting insanely meticulous where I'm saying, okay, make sure that this orange is turned downwards so you're not seeing like this navel. I'm okay seeing with the top of this orange, but turn this orange around because it's a little bit bruised. Turn this orange around because it's blah, blah, blah. Turn this orange, like I can get that hyper if you want me to, but I don't think it's necessary. Like, you have really good light and really good reflections on this bottle. There's a little bit of a bubble down here because of the angle at which you're shooting this, but the top down, your straight lines and everything, Anna, this is excellent. Like, I have nothing but positivity to say. You are a superstar. This is great. Really, really great. And again, you're outside of your wheelhouse a little bit with you not actually being a, how you call it, product. Look at my eyes. Oh my goodness, let's go, Spoonman. Beautiful time warp. That was excellently timed, my guy. That's hilarious. Wow, you guys do get me, don't you? Wow. All right. Well, we're 2 for 2 so far with photographs. We're 2 for 2 as far as people taking this assignment seriously, and 2 for 2 as far as people really getting me hype, like right off the bat, like right at the beginning of the episode. Right on. Good shit. I'm gonna take this off. I always get fluff on my head now that I shave my head completely bald. It's weird, like I used to leave like a little bit of a shadow, but I'm realizing now, like, I actually prefer my head to be like nothing on it. Like clean. So I've been cue balling it lately. It's been kind of fun. All right, let's get into, and by the way, I have hair too, which is silly. Is it silly that I cut all my hair off and I don't have a bald spot back there? All right, let's get into Kai Creates. This is called Luxury in Motion. Louis Vuitton and Nike. I took my wife for a photo shoot in 2 locations, got some great full body shots. This one spoke to me as it was more of a product type shot that I was looking for. Shot with the Canon R5C, 50 millimeter, and a ISO of 100. All right, let's look at Kai. Thanks for submitting, Kai. I appreciate you. Kai is blending Louis Vuitton and Nike. For me, I think that you are definitely winning with the placement and the luxury brand. The luxury, like from Louis, is beautiful. The kicks, they're new. The kicks are fresh. The color is really nice. Like the color of this and the color of this matches, and just the hint of the Nike swoosh is like really great. I think where you're missing me is the location choice. Oops. I think the location choice is where I would want this to be shot is at a place that doesn't have this super hot, bright area and this super bright area here. Now, the fact that we have to shoot in shade is definitely understandable, but I feel like because you put all your weight on this pole here, like as the basis of your shot, and I don't think that this pole is like strong enough. I don't think that the color matches enough, and in fact, this bold takes away from this bag and this shoe. I think the location, this school or building or whatever it is back here kind of takes away. Imagine if this was all one monotone color back behind her, and then she was leaning on something that was also a monotone color. Now you have a photo. So I think that this is close, but it's not exactly there, not in quality, not in sharpness, not in like how you're representing the products, but just where you chose to drop it. So again, for me, Kai, like my bar for you is really high. Like I know the talent that you have. I know that you're just got this new R5C and are really like pushing the boundaries of like what you can do as a photographer. I want you to be really thinking about location choice, because that's where for me, maybe my chair's rolling. Maybe again, just slow down with location choice, dig a little bit deeper, and I think you're there. But close, my guy Kai, very, very close. I wouldn't mind seeing some other shots. Just drop them in just chatting from this set, because I want to make sure that you actually picked the right one. There could be other shots that are like, whoa. So again, Kai, like my bar for you is high, so I want to see some other edits from that session. Thank you for submitting, my friend. All right, who's next? Let's see who's next. This is Mike. Mike Stemats. Stemates. Okay, let's look at Mike. After an easy sunrise hike, we returned to camp for a cup of coffee before starting the day's activity. Shot with the R8, 85, 2.5, ISO 100. All right, let's look at Mike. This is Mike's advertising image. Mike, thanks for submitting. After the hike, I like it. I think that you're really close here. I think like small things that I see is just the alignment of the straightness here of the truck. Now, I don't know if that's because the truck is on crooked ground, like it's a truck, but I also see down here, like this line isn't exactly straight as well. So for me, it's like you have to choose one of these lines has to line up and be like perfectly straight. So that's the first thing that I see is your lines. Second thing that I want you to watch for is just how he's crossing his legs up here. This leg is straight, but then he's bending his knee in such a way that is making it so we can see the bottom of this sole. And I don't think the bottom of the sole is like the feature in this shoe. It's more like, it's more this branding. Oops. It's more this branding here and this branding here. And also this bottom of the shoe is now a little bit soft. And because I know what he has to do body language wise in order for us to see the bottom of this shoe here with his knee up here, it feels unnatural for me. I would just want him to just have his legs extended and crossed how they would be naturally. And then but the hard thing is seeing both of the shoes that way. So what I would do is I would push this guy this way and then have him have his knees up and then have his feet on the edge of this, on the edge, so he can actually have his feet stacked. So there's a foot back here and then there's a foot in the front, and then you get the label of the shoe here on the bottom, and you get the side of the shoe, and then you get a mirror of the shoe on the other side. And then from there I would make sure that this line here on the truck is super straight, because then now I think that you have a balanced picture. But when guys cross their legs, they don't cross their legs like this. And you stylize this for the photo, but it still doesn't work. So I feel like, and then once he puts his feet like that, then you can center his feet more in the center of the frame. So his leg comes down like this, and then his foot comes in like this. We still don't see him, but we see more of the foot and more of the shoe. I think that's the win. But again, I know your photography, Mike, and I know that this is you putting yourself like really outside your comfort zone. It's difficult. And you really are starting to swing for the fences. And I need you to keep doing this. I don't want you to hear my critique as something that's negative. In fact, this is you actually doing the type of photography that you need to be doing. It's just you need to do more reps. The more reps that you have, the more you're able to really read body language and understand how body language works with how products are portrayed and that kind of stuff. Like, I'm asking you to do like really high frequency stuff, and it's difficult, and it's especially difficult with people. So I commend you for sticking to your niche and actually shooting a person for this. And again, I'm giving you a 10 out of 10, and I'm giving you the tips that I could have given you an 11. Like the tips that would have helped you get to an 11. That is Mike Stemat. Let's go, Mike. Thank you for submitting. All right, let's look at our next submitter, Miss Jennifer. I'm so happy that you guys are doing this assignment. And again, I'm so happy with all the photography that I've seen so far. I know that each one of you are really pushing the boundaries of what you've been able to do with your camera. This next photographer, she says, enjoying the refreshing flavor of your favorite lemonade energy drink. Sony a7R3 at 1/4 of a second, f8 at ISO 100. This is Miss Jennifer. Miss Jennifer, thank you for submitting. Let's go, Miss Jennifer. Well, I have to tell you, somebody has learned a lot about photography in the last 3 months. Like, Miss Jennifer, I can tell you that somebody has learned a lot about photography in the last 3 months. Like, do you believe that this is actually your work? Like, Miss Jennifer, tell me you're not at home right now going, I know. Like, let's talk about your light. Let's talk about this nuance. Let's talk about this nuance that you have happening in here, girl. What is this? This is why you missed, like, look at the misting. Like, this is the most professional photograph you, Miss Jennifer, have ever made. This is a scroll stopper, and I told you. I'm gonna say again, Miss Jennifer, I told you you could do this. I told you. I'll say it again. I told you. Look at your work. This is why you put your photos up for review. This photographer, like, I'm almost emotional about it because this photographer has pushed so hard in the last 3 months to get to this level. Like,
yes sir, yes.
And you guys who watch me, you see it. You see it. Like, this is so good, Jennifer. This is so good. Your lines are straight. You have great discipline. It's a beautiful cover. I mean, the proportions are a little narrow. Your proportions are a little narrow, so make sure that you lock those proportions to where they're supposed to be. Your proportions are supposed to be closer to here. Okay, so don't change your camera proportions. And I think, and this is what you can do, Jennifer, is your camera is set for 16:9 instead of 3:5. So change your camera's ratio. Do I have something right here on my face? Yes. Oh my goodness. I never look at myself like in mirrors. It's so weird. I like rarely, but I had my hat on. Anyways, sorry about the dust on my face. So I think that I honestly think that how insane your progress has been is like, I'm actually floored. I'm actually floored. But it to me, it proves to you that you can do it. And it also proves that, like, photography is hard. So yeah, I know what I was saying. Change your proportions to 16:9. Yo, Mac Too Smooth, welcome. Thank you for hanging out with us on the photo reviews. And I know that that's you, Marcus Mac, because I can see that handsome photo of you. Thank you for jumping back, my guy. So yeah, change your proportion from 16:9 to 3:2, because your proportions are 6 to 16:9. That's what's happening. That's 100% what's happening. This is so good, Jennifer. You get applause. You get the smoke. And you also get an absolute 11 out of 10. It's preposterously good. Like, so proud of you, honestly. If you're watching live, I'm so glad. If you're not watching live, when you watch this back, feel the joy. I'm very proud of you. This is wow. As a photographer, your portfolio is your voice in a visually crowded market. But are you confident that it's telling your story in the way that you intend? Many photographers struggle with showcasing their work effectively, often overlooking the power of a well-crafted portfolio. This is where my one-on-one portfolio review comes in. I'm offering you expert, personalized feedback on your work. With my 3 decades experience in pro photography, I bring you a discerning eye to your portfolio, helping you refine and package your work to make a lasting impact. We'll dive into the nuances of your style, the strengths of your composition, and the overall narrative of your portfolio in general. My focus will be on elevating your work, ensuring that it not only represents your skill, but also captivates an intended audience. Don't let your work go unnoticed. Sign up for a one-on-one portfolio review and let's fine-tune your presentation to the world. You'll come come away with concrete steps to enhance your portfolio, making it not just a collection of pictures, but a powerful tool to elevate your photography career. Book your session right now, and let's take the first step towards making your portfolio as amazing as your photography. Wow, man. Wow. People are starting to book me for these portfolio reviews, and it's necessary for me to play some of these spots because I haven't been talking about the Carty method, masterclass, one-on-one training, and my portfolio reviews. I haven't been talking about it enough. So I have all kinds of tools at the Carty method. Make sure you check it, please. Take a moment to check the Carty method. I put so much time and effort into helping photographers get to the next level. Like, I'm actually obsessed about it. And these photo reviews, like, just watching a photo review, you're getting better. Wherever you are right now at home watching this photo review, you're becoming a better photographer by watching me look at other photographers' work. But when you have the courage to submit your photos up for review, what you're doing is you're actually showing a level of bravery. Look how cute I am right now. Look at this handsome fellow. Look at me. What you're doing is you're proving that you have the courage to take criticism, because you're going to get criticism when you work for clients. What clients will say, no, I don't like that. Do it again. Fix the light. It's too hot on this side. And if you don't know, on set, they're going to be saying that. Like, you're making photos right now without somebody on your shoulder telling you, oh, watch for this, blah, 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 check that. Like, I do photo shoots sometimes and there's 60 people on set. 60 people. 60. And there's no pressure when you shoot alone, but there's also nobody coaching you and like guiding you. The client's not there. So I act as so many different roles when I look at the final work. Because when you literally close down your stuff, turn off your camera, and walk away from your photo shoot, you're actually saying, this is the best I can do. This is the best I can do. I 100% believe in this work. I believe in this work, and it has my stamp of approval. That's what you're saying every time you say my photo shoot's done. So when you look at the work afterwards, do you want to be able to hand pick the absolute perfect frame, or do you want to just use what you got because you only shot 2 pictures? So shooting through the picture, making pictures, not taking pictures, these are my philosophies because they work and they equal money. This is why I do this. Like, Jennifer, I'm so proud of you. So proud of you, man. You are a dynamo. Very, very, very good. Let's go. Well done, girl. All right. Sorry that you're crying, by the way. Miss Jennifer said in chat that she's crying right now. Don't cry. Be happy. Let's look at Kyle G. Most of my photo making is done in the woods or the mountains, so a quality and a comfortable camera bag might be my most important piece of gear. So far, my favorites have come from Shimoda, so I figured it was best to use it as my product photo. Shot with open shade with some snow, a dead winter grass, which I think goes well with the brand identity. Sony A7 IV Sigma 85 250th at ISO 100 at f2.5. This is Kyle G. Kyle, thanks for submitting. Kyle is a photographer who has taken Photo of the Week many, many times. And Kyle, this bridges that gap between lifestyle and advertising, and it bridges that gap incredibly well, my friend, incredibly well. This is smoke. This is really good, and you followed the assignment perfectly. You actually followed the assignment perfectly, because what you're actually doing is you're giving me advertising work within your niche, which was the assignment. You smashed this. We're dealing with a little bit of like highlight issue here in this bottom corner. I don't want to lose detail on snow, even if it's out of focus. I need a little bit of highlight detail. I'm losing a little bit of detail up in here. And I'm also, when I now blow this up, I'm seeing some sort of a desaturation thing that you're doing in here, maybe because it's causing ghosting. It's causing ghosting here, and it's giving you digital noise in other parts of your frame. So this is either your camera or your processing, and I don't think that it's your camera. Also losing detail here. This is sadly too much of the frame. Whenever your white makes it so you can't tell the difference where the edge of your frame is, and that's a highlight, you're losing. It's too much. So on the technical, when I zoom in, but I think you can fix it. I think it's all stuff like in Lightroom, which makes it so it doesn't stress me. I'm still incredibly proud of you because you made an incredibly difficult photo. It's a cover. It's a lifestyle photo, and it murders the assignment, which is create an advertising image vertical within your niche. So note the things that I said. Please send me another one of these photos with different processing, or send me the raw. Follow the instructions as far as how to send raw photos, submit to the raw submissions folder. And when I have 10 of them in there from 10 different photographers, I'll do another episode where I process raws, and I'll show you how I would process your photo. Raw photos are not for just everybody to submit. Raw photos I want upon request. Okay, if I ask for your raw photo, submit it. It's because I know I can fix it. All right, that is Kyle G, everybody. Well played, Kyle. Thank you for submitting. All right, so let us see who's next. This is Dana. Friend of mine owns a distillery and recently rebranded their gin line, so I used this week's assignment to help him out. First time shooting with strobe, shot with a Nikon D810 50mm, ISO 100 at 3.5. This is Dana M.K. with her first time shooting strobes. Well, Dana, this is likable right away. It's likable right away. Number one, I hope you have a light meter. And the more you this is strobes mixed with natural light. I feel this is strobes mixed with natural light, with some sort of a skylight that's bringing light down this way. And because I know that because of the exposure here is quite even, but the exposure back here is brighter unless you have a massive softbox that you're kicking light here. This just looks too natural. It looks just too natural. But my issue right here is the stem, the neck of this bottle, and your focus. Because you're shooting at such a shallow depth of field, when you're shooting strobe, you got to be shooting in the middle aperture ranges. The middle ranges are 5.6, f8, f11. Those are the ranges when you're shooting in studio. Yes. Just because when you don't, then you deal with having the label in focus, but the bottle not in focus. And I'm sure you remember my first submission that I got today. And I want you to look at this bottle and the way the label and the bottle is in focus, but then the background is not. So he's choosing a depth of field that is the exact aperture in order to achieve the bottle perfect focus from top to bottom, but the background's out of focus. So this is the type of mastery that, and again, I know that you're new with strobe, but it's when you shoot with strobe, it's so different than when you shoot with natural light, because you actually can control your f-stop by just increasing the power of the strobe. But there's also something called light ratios, meaning the difference between the brightest area of your picture and where your normal exposure is. And if this is normal, and we call this, just for shits and giggles, we'll call this f2.8, your highlights can't exceed 2/3 more than that, because if so, you're gonna lose detail like this. You're gonna lose this line. You're gonna lose this line. It's because this is +1 stop and above. So I'm gonna call that, like, I would say it's probably a stop and a half over. So this being, I'd say, +1.5 over there. So, and then the f-stop's not enough, because this cork here and this detail is so much a part of the bottle. The fact that it's corked shows that it's a higher quality beverage. This glass back here, the type of ice blocks that you chose, like the refrigerator auto ice blocks that these ones are, when you're making something you need to do like chunk ice, like you saw off like Gordon Ramsay, and you like saw and you get like a perfect square cube of ice, is the kind of ice that you use for these kinds of drinks and blah blah blah. So once you're starting to get into this kind of stuff, you got to also be part of the snobbery and part of the mixology and part of like the perfect gin on the rocks. And it's never with refrigerator auto ice, like ever. So small things like that. Also distilled water. You make the ice with distilled water and it makes the ice cubes clear, which then makes the vodka look better. But making ice cubes with tap water, which is how the fridges do it, makes the ice super cloudy and it's bad for photographs. So small things there, but as an effort, this is an insanely good effort, and it's still an 11 out of 10. Even if you may have felt like I just ripped you, it's still a banger of a photo, and the light is inspired. I'm like when you're in the top 1% of like understanding of something, like I want you to see how the top 1% looks at photography. Like, this is how I look at photography. Like, I see stuff that like people just don't even see. And through 3.5 decades of professional experience, like, and I'm not a product photographer, but I got to tell you, like, I can tell you, like, product photographers, and you could do this. All you need to do is just like to see Donna's evolution in 3 months, because she just tried and failed and succeeded, and holy shit. And now it's like all those fails are just part of the journey to success. You know, it's what we do as photographers. We fail thousands of frames every photo shoot for the one successful one, you know? Well done, Dana. Thanks for submitting. Great shot. Great shot. Again, like, so close. And first time with strobes. Good shit. Good shit. All right, who's next? This is Sebastian K. Not first submission, but I don't know how I'm saying first submission. This is my submission for my for my assignment. Sigma 50, 5.6, 5,000th of a second, ISO 800. Shot of Timberland hiking shoes. This is Sebastian K. Sebastian K, thank you for submitting. Sebastian, I like this. I like this. The horizon line, you went low. If you had have gone any lower, you're gonna start losing the shoe because of the grass. So you know how I always want you to drop that horizon line in such a way that doesn't cut through the main subject. This is a good photo, Sebastian. I like this a lot. You gave me good space here on the main shoe. Like, you kept the main shoe the feature, and then the secondary shoe is just part of the background. This is why I said earlier, like, stacking the foot with Mike's picture rather than crossing the legs over just makes it look more natural. And I think, Sebastian, you really nailed this. I noticed small details, like you chose to put the laces inside of the shoe rather than just let the laces go. I would have let the laces just go because they're hiking shoes. We don't tuck laces like this after we take them off. Like, we just undo the laces and just leave it natural. So small things like that, like details that, and I like the fact that these aren't brand new, but they're new, if that makes any sense. Like, they're new, but they're not brand new. You can see that there's some wear in it, but the main body of the shoe looks quite new. So this is a win for me. This is a win for me. I like this. I like this a lot. I also like the treatment to the sky, the clouds, the blueness in the sky. This is just all great, Sebastian. I think this is really strong. I think that you need to push this more because you can shoot lifestyle and you can shoot advertising, and there's so much money there for you. I need you to believe in yourself more, because your own personal self-confidence, I feel, is where that's what slows you down the most, is believing in yourself. And it's impossible to succeed at something that subconsciously you don't believe that you're going to succeed at. So I want you to start believing in yourself, my friend. You're such a good photographer. You're so talented. Like, this is a great shot. This is a great shot, Sebastian. All I ask for is for you to do this more. That's it. More. Good job, Sebastian. All right. That is Sebastian K. Photos of the week is going to be difficult this week. I think it's going to be difficult. I'll say for the third time. It's going to be difficult. Oh my gosh. Jos B. Josh said, well, at least I tried. Nikon D850, ISO 80, 24 to 85, shot at 65 at f22. This is Jos B. Let's have a look. Jos B, you definitely didn't sell it. I don't know why you're like, don't give me precursors. Just let me look. I can see you're doing a close crop, some sort of a knockout, like you shot this in two different ways and you tried to do a composite. Like, I think personally, you made this more complicated than it needs to be. And you also you set this up in an unrealistic scenario. Like, I'm not sure what this background is, but the background doesn't fit. The background, whatever is happening here, the only reason that it fits is because it is also green. Like, the color can't be the only tie. And also, this looks like a top down. And this is like a straight on kind of thing. So, of course, a top down image with a shoot towards background is not going to work. It's just not going to work. Like, this is you making it way more complicated than it needs to be. You have bullfrog shaver, you have bullfrog skincare. shoot it in your bathroom. Shoot it in your bathroom. Shoot it in your bathroom. Shoot it on your sink. You know, like make it super, super easy. Make it super easy visually to digest, you know? So, so it's not a composite. It's not a composite. Okay, so if it's not a composite, I'm trying to reconcile these edges. It's definitely a color change. You definitely did something here, Jos. Come on, I can't be going crazy here. You definitely did something to the background because of the artifacting that's happening on this edge. That doesn't happen when you put something in front of a background. So you did something. Like this, like I'm seeing the way that there's a mistake here. Like I see the green edging pushing, like just there's something going on here, dude. Like this is what I'm asking. Like there's something happening with the edging here. Like there has to be something. You changed the background. You did something. So it's like, are you trying to be a product photographer? If the answer is no, there's masking to the background. Yes, there is some masking to the background. The masking is done not well because it looks like a composite. So, and the idea doesn't make sense. The background versus this. And are you suspending this stuff in the air in order to like it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like me in like a studio style forest with like, it just doesn't make sense, Jos. For me, this is just an absolute wash. And it comes from idea and then execution. If you're trying to like just figure it out, and also this is what you decided to shoot as your product, this shaver and this beard balm, without a location to shoot it. Put it on a piece of slate, put it on a piece of concrete, put it on a piece of granite, put it on a piece of glass, like open the shaving beard balm, squish that on a piece of, like shoot it on white. Like there's so many different ways to shoot this more simple that would hit way, way, way more. For me, this is like, and it's not even like your photography. Your photography is so different than this. So I said, shoot a product within your niche. So this just confuses me, Jos. You need a do-over on this one. You're going to get an opportunity to do a slight do-over, but this needs to be a complete rethinking of this assignment in order to make it work. I mean, I'm trying to teach you how to shoot advertising, and this is for you. It's for you to learn this essential skill so people will pay you for advertising. If you don't learn this skill, people will never pay you for advertising. So you got to learn this skill, dude. Don't like, well, at least I tried. That's what you said. Like, well, at least I tried. No, dude, like that's not enough. And again, you're doing yourself the disservice. It doesn't matter about me. Like, don't do this for me. In fact, please don't do this for me. Do this for you, because it's your career that benefits from you taking these assignments and doing them at the highest level. I'd rather you do that than say, at least I tried. You know what I mean? It makes me not even like, you don't care about it. Why would I care about it? And it shows because you said, at least I tried. So yeah, dude, that's a mindset shift for you. Donna C. I wanted to photograph this textured bottle of Ralph Lauren Safari for Men. Shot on white paper with strobe lighting and metered the light. My settings were 85, 125, f22, ISO 100. So Ralph Lauren textured bottle. Let's have a look at Donna. Thank you for submitting. Donna. All right, Donna. So looking close, there is still something happening with your focus. This is something that has been an ongoing issue. I am looking at this zoomed in, and I know that this is soft. I'm not sure what is happening. And this has been something that's happening with, I think, your camera. I'm convinced your lens is out of alignment. Your camera, there's something going on because you're shooting session after session after session after session, and they're all looking like this. You're spending so much time, you're seeing this stuff in post. You must be seeing this in post. This is for sure a camera issue. There's dust on your sensor, like a lot. There's actually like a huge smudge on your sensor right here. There's dust on the sensor. There's hair on the sensor here. So again, it's just like, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, because this isn't like, these things here are also on your sensor. So it's like this camera needs to be retired. It's like I'm feeling the pain of you spending the time to find the product, to buy the product, to bring the product home. Like, there's something wrong with the camera before I even can get into help. Like, and your lighting is getting better because I definitely see these reflector highlights, but you still have hot spots here, which means that you're not doing it exactly right. The podium here, I see why you're doing it, but you're not really using the podium correctly. We shouldn't be seeing this whole podium. It should be cut here because we shouldn't be seeing the shadow from the podium. We should only be seeing this. Look at the color balance here is very pink here versus white here. So there's a color balance thing. Like, I feel like there's still some issues with the post-production. There's still some issues with the camera, and I'm feeling like the camera is, I think honestly, Benja, I think it goes beyond a sensor clean at this point. I think it goes beyond a sensor clean. I think it's more like, I honestly think that it's more like a body change, because I think that the lens is out of alignment. I think that your lens, Donna, got knocked. I think that it won't focus, because I'm sure that you are competent enough to think that it's in focus, but it's not, which means you need to try a different lens with this body and see, looking at it at this magnification, to see with a different lens if it still looks like this. If it still looks like this with a different lens, then your camera's out of alignment. And if your camera's out of alignment, then you might as well just throw it out the window, unless it's brand new, which I know it's not. So Donna, you are like, you're at the point right now where your camera is actually stopping your growth. It's like this setup, this is easily 5 weeks in a row of me seeing a focus issue with this camera. Easily 5 weeks in a row. So go through the process of elimination. Take pictures with your body with a different lens, even if you have to go to a camera store to do it. If you only have one lens, go to a camera store. Also, make a clip of what I just showed and what I just talked about, and show that to somebody at a camera store and see what they have to say. Yeah. Stephen C, doing the Lord's work, saying, Jos, remember, you don't have to submit. Like, remember, you don't have to submit. You know, like it's okay if somebody, if you're not feeling it, if it's not like exactly on the money, if it's not like this is for you, not for me. Do you understand how many shoots I do and it's just a wash? Like, who cares? Just do it again and do it again and do it again and do it again. Like, there's shoots that I do 6 times, 7 times, 10 times. Videos that I record and do it again and do it again and do it again and do it again. And it's just like, you're getting better each time you do those reps. But if you're making the same mistake over and over and over again, like, it's on you, you know? But you can't mail anything in. And if you're not invested in the doing of the assignment, which clearly you weren't, it means that the result is going to be what I saw. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's just, honestly, it's just a mindset shift. Honestly, it's just a mindset shift. Donna, please let me help you fix this camera. Like, let's change lenses, same body. Then, literally, different body, different lens, same thing that you're doing in post. Because I'm convinced that it's the camera. It can't be what you're doing. You're not making your pictures out of focus in post. All right, let's see our next photographer. Alpha Monk. Adventure, discovery, treasure, reward. There's something quite magical about embarking on an adventure, the anticipation of the next moment of discovery. The elation that comes with finding something of value, perhaps it's a treasure. The reward leaves a lovely taste until the next adventure. Shot with 35mm, f8, 160 at ISO 200. This is Alpha Monk. Thank you so much for submitting, Alpha Monk. Wow. 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 That's all I'm saying. Wow. Wow. The light's inspired. The light is inspired. The bottle right out of the fridge and then on set. You can tell that the beer is ice cold. There's just no doubt about it. And it's such an interesting set. It's a top-down view. Look at it as a magazine cover. Alpha Monk, this is preposterously good. So good. So good. And an example of the level of sharpness that this is, Donna, this is what our cameras are supposed to be looking like. This is what our cameras are supposed to be looking like. So your camera not giving you that quality, it means there's something up with your camera. Like, let's fix it, because you're just doing the reps and not able to grow because you can't get sharp photos. Alpha Monk, this is so good. This is so good. And again, a created set, yes, sir, yes. Whether you shot it outside in a set that you found, whether you bought this stuff and laid it out this way, it doesn't matter. It's just done perfectly. Is it a close crop? Nope. Did you do anything in the background? Nope. Because I can see, there's no edging, and your focus is tight like a tiger. This, again, is really, really, really well executed, Alpha Monk. This is an absolute 11. Very, very well done. And again, this shit goes straight to your portfolio. Straight to your portfolio. Not mine. It's definitely your book. Very well done, my friend. That was great. Good shot. Whoo! Making it difficult. Photos of the week are gonna be crazy. Holy crow. Wow. Okay, who's next? Greg Fisk. 50mm Lumix. ISO 100. F20. Quarter of a second. First shot of the bottle, and I learned that I should pick one out in better shape. Had lots of healing to do. Not happy with the overall look. It's not up to standard for stock. I'm trying out new lighting techniques. I need some advice on removing the crease in the black velvet in Photoshop. Let's look at Greg Fisk. Thanks for submitting, Greg. All right, Greg. Greg, this is good. This is good. I mean, it's a bit stylized, but I don't mind it. This is the area of the background that you're trying to fix. I would use I would use content aware fill or generative fill to fix that just pretty easily. You literally just like draw a box like this around here, and then you just push enter, and it just makes this look like this. So that's what I would do here. There's a couple of spots here, but your focus is good. Your light is generally good. Really generally good. Your angle, imagine if this is your table and this is your camera position. You have to make sure that your camera position is more this way at the table rather than it being like top down, which hitting it at this angle. What that does is it reveals all of this table, which ends up now cutting through. I mean, it does gradiate out to the background, but we don't need that much table. You know what I mean? I see the table. We don't need that much table. And then what you would be able to do is then the highlight that you have in the background, it sort of emphasizes the highlight a little bit more, because the highlight then the highlight kind of pushes, and it becomes like you get more of the bottle. If you drop the horizon line to like here, then you get to push that highlight this way. And then the highlight back here, you bring a little bit more exposure, and then the glass gets lit by this highlight back here. Your lighting on the bottle is no bueno. You need to use reflectors. You set the reflector up like this, meaning a folding reflector. You have your light like this. You light into the reflector, and the reflector light lights the bottle. And what that does is that gives you an even all the way here. You have hot spots on the bottle this way, because I think you're using like scrims, meaning you have like a diffusing material, you have a light, and you're lighting through a scrim at this, which is giving you those hot spots and not giving you enough of this beautiful highlight that you need on either side of the bottle. In fact, it's giving you hot spots here and hot spots here, hot spots here, hot spots here. And you're not getting really enough light on this, or enough of the sexy light that you have here. Oops. Here on this side of the light, on the side of the glass. Not a lot of sexy light on the apple. I would want to kick this here. I would close the distance between the bottle and the glass by half, so these are pushed up. And I would also, this bottle is closer than this. I would push this glass forward. I would push this more into the, like, this is going to push that more into the corner. And this apple slice needs to be cut in half and used that way, because the apple slice is too big. This is too dominant and is actually scale wise like half of the size of the glass, and that's obnoxious. Like if a waiter brought this to me, I'd say like, that's obnoxious. Like, please take that away. So it's all about like mixology and all this stuff. And unless a mixologist made this drink and presented it to me that way, you can't present it like that in a photo. It looks a little tacky. So small things, the bottle needs to get, it just needs to get pushed back and let the glass be more like, this is the result. This is the product, but you're selling the lifestyle, and the lifestyle's the drink. These two are sharing they're sharing too much. It's got to be, you got to like step one in front of the other a little bit. It's an incredible effort. And doing this type of stuff, especially as a product photographer, if you're trying to be a product photographer, this is hard. And you have to keep pushing. You did an incredible job, though. A very, very good job. That is Greg Fisk. Greg, thank you for submitting. Great job. Whew, the bar's high this week. Bar's high. Alice says, I didn't think I'd have anything to submit until I remembered that there's this great local chocolate that I could take hero shots for. 28 millimeter, 10th of a second, f20, ISO 1250. Alice, a people photographer, giving a good effort at some product photography. Alice, thank you for submitting. Alice, this is a really nice effort. Let's zoom it in. This is a really nice effort. I feel like you used continuous light instead of strobe. I'm noticing that just because of ISO, I can see that you had to push your ISO up, also based on you saying here that you shot at ISO 1250. So going back to your shot now, I see that ISO 1250, and you see it here. You see it in the background noise, and you see it here. This is why we shoot strobe. We shoot strobe so we can shoot the lowest ISOs possible. And also because you're top lighting, oops, I lost your photo. Because you're top lighting, give me Alice, there we go. Because you're top lighting, we have light here, but we're really starting to lose light down here. It makes it nice because you have a gradient that's happening here from like dark to black, but we lose the edge of the product here. We start to lose a little bit of detail in here, which is like the most important part. And then how hard it is to shoot chocolate. Like this piece of chocolate, the way that the back piece broke, the way that this piece broke, like in order to shoot chocolate, like you have to then get like a heat gun and melt this back down to like not taking away the logo, but like in order to shoot chocolate and to do it absolutely properly, you almost need these right out of the mold. You know what I mean? And people who shoot chocolate, they get this, like you can see how many times you handled it and how many times you moved it into position and all this stuff. Like all of this just becomes like evidence on the chocolate. Like it leaves fingerprints on the product. So you need to use rubber gloves. It's like it becomes such a delicate thing when you're now adding food into your product photography. You made this a little bit more complicated than it needed to be by like, I would have loved to see just this bar. I would have shot it outside, Vicky. I would have shot this outside and created a little set on a back table or like a patio table or something like that, and had someone's hand maybe reaching in, grabbing a piece of the chocolate, like make it more of like a moment, a lifestyle moment, like how you would enjoy it or where you would enjoy it, and then put it in a really cool location out in the woods, which is where you like to shoot, and you choose tones here that match the background and tones down here that contrast the background, and then you make your photo. You know what I mean? But again, Vicky's saying that she was dealing with like some deadlines and all that stuff. I understand. It's just, this is outside your wheelhouse, and you chose to then also further take it outside your wheelhouse by shooting it inside under artificial light, and then it's not the right kind of light. You need strobes to shoot this kind of product photography, and then you got noise, and then blah blah blah. So it's like, Vicky, state what you know, because you could have made this an amazing, funny lifestyle photo. You know what I mean? Because that's what you do so well. You could also made it like a classic lifestyle photo. You could have made it a location advertising photo, because that's your wheelhouse. That's within your niche. This feels very much like a product photographer tried to do this, and it's not done well. Whereas if you shot it how you would shoot it, following your rules and the way that you shoot this, you could have made something that the company wants to use because it's so unmistakably unique and you know? So that's what I want you to try next time, Vicky. Great shot though. Seriously, I mean, it's a capable shot. I just think that like you could have made this as strong as your Spaceman series, you know? That's what I want you to be thinking about. Like, What would be a location series that you would do with chocolate? What would be a like to come up with that idea, and like now you're onto something. All right. So we must be looking at the last photos. We must be getting into the last photos. I got about 4 or 5 left. The next one is Dreadfully Blessed. Dreadfully Blessed. Secret time. Dreadfully Blessed is sitting right there. He's right there, literally. He came to visit. Sean Thomas, come say hi. You're allowed to come on camera, bro. Come. He actually came to visit. So, all right, that's enough. So yeah, he came to visit, and really it's just because he wanted one-on-one time. So he got in a car and drove 2 hours, and I'm a nice guy. So he came by yesterday and today. 2 days. This guy has got some, I'll call it, free mentorship. And it's just the energy at which he approached me, the energy at which he reached out, the way that he landed the plane was, and how humble and grateful this guy is. I let him come back twice. So this is Dreadfully Blessed. So blessings to all. Here's my entry for this week. And by the way, his name's Sean Thomas. And you're going to see him appearing as Sean Thomas soon. Here's my entry for the week. An ad for the iconic VW Micro Bus. Shot with my new camera. He said that he is fully adapted to mirrorless. He just got the Canon R. Shot with a 160. Shot at ISO 160 at 1/60th of a second at f8. Shot with an EF 75-300 at 140. I know that the 75-300 is notoriously soft. So let's see what you managed to do with it, Sean Thomas. I like this. I see one massive mistake that I see many photographers don't know. It's when you aim into the sun, because the sun is over here, right? Like somewhere over here in this area of the sky. When you aim into the sun because you're trying to shoot shade, because you can see the top-down shadow, like the shadow's right here under the car, right? So you know the sun's up here and you're shooting that way. The sky is always white when you shoot into the sun, despite the sky is blue. Sky's white if you're aiming into the sun. If the sun is behind you, back here, the sky is always blue. So the white sky is the biggest distraction for me. The things that I love is where you dropped the horizon line and continued the horizon line right through the top of like the truck. Gorgeous. The paint on the truck, like how clean the truck, the fact that you drove this truck into a field to execute this picture. Yes all day. But look at these two pictures. Look at it as a horizontal. Look at it as a vertical. And then the crop that I just gave you is this as a horizontal. And now look at this as a horizontal when I drop this exactly where it needs to go on the horizon line. Now look at that photo. Like, tell me that's not the crop. Tell me that's not the crop. And now tell me that you don't notice where the horizon line placement is almost more intentionally, and tell me that the white sky now suddenly doesn't bother you, right? Suddenly the white sky doesn't bother you, the horizon line placement doesn't bother you. You just get to center this a little bit more perfect. Like, this is such a dope image and a dope truck, but the crop is wrong. And I feel like you wouldn't go this far and only shoot this image. I'm sure that there's so many more to this set. But again, this it's close. It's close, and it's also the beginning of you shooting more than just details of the cars. Like, Sean is a car photographer. I'm trying to turn this guy into like a monster. This is like, for me, a 10, but it could be an 11. And color balance, watch the color balance because you're shooting into the shade. Now the white balance here versus the white that's here. And I know that this is white, but it's reading blue, right? So now it's color balance, and the bumper here in the shade is also reading blue. It's small things, but like, what you're nailing is, look at the focus. Oh my God, look at the focus. Oh my God, look at mirrorless. Oh my God, look at how tight it is when you shoot with mirrorless. Like, your focus is like undeniable. Oh my God. But still, I like, the level of expectations of you is high. The level of the type of photography work that you need to make, to scroll stop, to gut people to stop what they're doing and action on your call to action. But the fact that you got this car, you have access to this car, I just need you to now shoot it again. I just need you to shoot it again. And with next one, make sure the sun's behind you and do it on a clear blue day, and do the same thing. Bring it out to a field, bring it to a farm, put it in a location like you did here, and just execute it again. This is a great shot, Sean. I just, again, like, my bar for you is high, and I don't care that you're sitting next to me. All right, my guy. Spoonman. Get it done by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Kind of proud of this one. Sony a7 IV ISO 100. 1/6 of a second shutter speed. F6.5, which is probably F6.3, which is 5/6 1/3. Shot with a 50 millimeter Sony. Single light to V flats. Basically straight at a camera. Slight crop to make the jar pop a bit. He's been busy. He hopes everyone's been doing well. He says that his healing layer didn't come through very well. He's becoming OCD, which is good. Let's look at Spoonman. All right, my friend, let's have a look at your image. Off the bat, compositionally strong. As far as an advertising image, choosing to shoot this to a dark background really gives us good contrast with the vegetables. It really gives us good contrast with the vegetables. I like your depth of field, the thing that you're shooting, the product, the label is what I'm trying to get out of my face. The label is super sharp. The lid is sharp. The vegetables are out of focus. Let's go, D's Goose. Welcome. The vegetables are soft, but that's okay. I like the fact that you elevated this on a cutting board. You lofted it a little bit on a natural thing. I mean, can we get into how bad the product's printing is on the label? Like, that sort of goes beyond your ability to fix, but I think there's small things with, like, there's a seam on the glass here, which obviously you can heal, but you had to put that there because that's where the label is. So it's just making sure that you pick one that doesn't have the seam where the label is. Small things. The veggies are good. The selection is good. The colors, the red, green, and gold colors that you picked, don't think that I don't miss that, my guy. Come on now. Yeah, good. Maybe this one could be replaced. This one looks like it's a little dead-ish. This last one back here. But again, it's all good. I still think that this is a really good effort. You could have used a little bit of bounce from the back to make this not feel like it's falling out of the darkness so much, to make it like feel like I just want like offset, like back here. Just a little reflector, like back here, you know what I mean? Just offset, just giving me and you probably do. I see kicks on this. I just want like just almost like a little bit more of a focus light, or a top-down spot. Just giving like lighting this like it's the feature. Oh my God, that'd be sick. Like a top-down spot, focused light on this would be nuts. Just small things to like tune it and make it just a little bit next, you know? These are garlic. That's garlic. That's garlic. This is also garlic. These are not onions, my friend. That's garlic. Yeah, that's garlic. And that other one, that other piece of garlic, it's like garlic cloves come in this like skin around it, and you break it and then you break it again. So that one is an onion. This, he's saying, this back here is an onion. Oh, okay. So it's an onion with the onion skin over top of it. Okay. So you got to pop this out of that skin and then show it as an onion, because we don't recognize the skin that's on top of the onion. So you got to take that off because it's confusing. It looks like fucking garlic. But it's good job. Good job still. Yeah, like, and also, yeah, you're getting an 11 for this. You're getting an 11 for this, Spoonman, because you're outside of your territory here. You're outside of your territory, and you're adding to your territory. You're shooting advertising within your niche, and you're not shooting top down. So you're just like, I can feel you, bro. I can feel you bending, but you're doing the right thing. This is great. This is great, because this is just something that you can add to what you can do. And I can't wait until you start finding like products that you're inspired to shoot from the grocery store that have amazing packaging, and you look at their social media and they look like, hey, if you shot some great stuff, they might hire you, you know? You're on the road, my friend. Good shit. All right, let's see who's next. We're in the last 3 years. Romeo. My submission for the week is a shot of a Haka 10-9 hiking shoe with Gore-Tex. Shot with a Fuji XT3 35mm 1.4. Shot at 200th of a second f11. One love. This is my man Romeo. Romeo, well played. Romeo, this is an 11 out of 10. I can't deny it. I can't deny it. This is an 11. This is really, really good. Like, it looks lit outside, meaning you had the confidence to bring a strobe light outside and light outside. That I can tell because of this extra shadow here. It's too perfect. Just the detail in the black, the detail in the white, the detail in the shoe. It's the right shoe. It's tied the right way. The step up on the rock, the tree, like my only little thing is how close the calf is to the edge here. But the shoe is so balanced framing wise. Like, I can't do anything except sing your praises, my guy. Romeo, this is unequivocally one of your best photos. One of your best photos. Not only would it work as a cover of a hiking magazine, it would work for hookah as a shoe ad. It's lifestyle, it's advertising. It's like, Romeo, your progress in the last 3 months, 4 months, however long it's been since you've watched me, your progress. And you help me, my friend. You DM me. You have so much, like, we have a DM relationship. But it doesn't mean I'm any easier on you as far as your work and what I expect from you. You're also in my masterclass. And this is a business. What you created here, this is a business. And you're also proving to me, and you're proving to you, that you can do this. You can bring value, and you can do more than just taking pretty pictures of your beautiful child. You are an advertising photographer. You're a magazine photographer. And this is proving to me that you need to actually lean in. You need to lean in even more. And I'm going to show you another thing. Look at this shot as the close-up. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at this shot as a close-up. Look at the sharpness. Look at the focus. Look at the detail. Like, Romeo, I am so pleased with you right now. I am so pleased with you. Look at this as the close-up. Wow, my guy. I'm so happy with you right now. Very, very, very good job. I'm happy with all of you because you guys, like, for you guys who submitted, like, and again, you don't have to submit every time. I mean, you're paying to submit photos. So I want you to submit as much because, like, that $10 a month that you're paying is for me to judge your photographs 4 times, like, up to 4 times. Like, you don't have to use every single one of them, but you can't mail it in because when you mail it in, you're doing yourself a disservice. It doesn't, like, don't be concerned about me. Don't like, I want to help him with and don't do it because you want to hear your name on a stream or you want to see your photos on YouTube. Do it because, like, you're trying to be a working pro and you're willing to hear anything that you need to hear in order for that to happen. And I'm just part of your system. I'm just part of the way that you're about to be a working pro. So for the people who use this system, the people who use my photo reviews, the people who become members so they can talk to me, people who become members so they can submit photos at submission level, the progress that I see makes me emotional because I'm doing this over the internet. Many of these people I've never met in real life. So it's just big. So thank you, everybody who submits, and thank you, everybody who takes this so seriously. Ricky de Silva, sorry if I didn't understand this properly, but my niche of portrait photography, my commercial product shot, is advertising eyewear. I think you understood it perfectly, Ricky. I think you understood it perfectly. Understood it. Shot at ISO 400 at 2.2 at ISO 400 2.2 at an 1/8 of a second on APS-C 56 millimeter with a Godox strobe shooting at the doorway. So with your strobe shooting at f2.2, it's too low. It's too wide open. I haven't even looked at your shot yet, Ricky, but like with eyewear, you can't have part of the frame sharp and part of the frame out of focus. Like the whole frame, like from front, like here, the back side, and here, the front side to the whole arm, like all of that has to be in focus. Everything else doesn't matter what's happening behind, but you're rarely going to be able to get that at 2.2. So I want you to be hyper aware of that. And also when you're shooting strobe, you want to be getting just more middle of the range reading. Still, you fucking rocked it. Excuse my language. You rocked it. It's a great photo. Great photo. And really great sharpness. Really great sharpness. I mean, honestly, the 2.2, I don't think that you need to like go that shallow, although it looks swaggy. I can't lie. It looks kind of swaggy. Do me a favor. Do 2.8 instead of 2.2. My guy, Ricky, please. Like, let's split the difference instead of like you leaning F2, F1.8, F1.4, F1.2. Like, don't go, like, come back to me. Like 2.8. I would say, bro, shoot this at F4. Shoot this at 5.6. But I know, like, you want shallow from like here back, and it works, and the head angle is right. You're not having like one eye, like you squared her up. Her face is dead straight, and the glasses are focused right across the front, bro. So Ricky's also in my masterclass. This is an excellent photo, Ricky. Like, really, really nice, beautiful skin. Beautiful highlights on the glasses, great hair, simple makeup, cute butterflies. The outfit is cute. You got to always watch this here with the flip. Sometimes it flips, like you got to always be adjusting this and blah, blah, blah. But overall, like It's a banger. This is great. Like, really, really great. You should be absolutely thrilled. And I'm sure you shot it on blue, knowing that my pink behind the picture is contrasting just because you wanted it to be up there just a little bit longer. This is a banger, Ricky. Wow, guys. Wow. I think I have one last photo. And that is from Joshua Hone. And Joshua says, classic electronic battleship, a computer memory game with live action and sound. R6, 50 millimeter, F11, 60th, ISO 200. This is Joshua Hone. Thanks for submitting, Joshua. Let's go, baby. Joshua, I like this. This bridges the gap between it being an editorial and an advertising image. It also, like, it fits the mold for like a few uses. I feel like it's a little claustrophobically close. Like, I want to see just a little bit more of this hand. I want to see just a little bit more of this hand. I want to see just a little bit more of the base of the board game. Like, I'm dying to see just a little bit more over here. So I feel like again, this is a great photo, Josh. It's a strong photo. It becomes tricky with your lines because you can see here, this line here, and then this line, and then by the time we start getting down to this line, like, there's not like a straight line this way, which becomes like you're shooting something that opens like a book. So it becomes really hard when you hit it on an angle for you to get any straight lines. So that's something that you also have to be thinking about. It's like, this is a really hard product to shoot as a product. And I think, again, I will say this is a 10 out of 10 image, when achieving an 11 out of 10 image in this context would be incredibly difficult. I would back you up a bit. I would kick some light in from back here. Like, for sure, I would kick light in here somewhere, but I understand you want a little bit of mystery and a little bit of drama, and I like where the light is coming in from, but just giving me just a little bit of separation back here, to make it feel like he's not just in an empty room. You know, again, I'd say a 10 out of 10, incredibly difficult, but I also 10 out of 10 for you, because an 11 out of 10 was what we're trying to achieve, but I also know you, the level of photography that you do. I also know what you're capable of. I've also seen your photos. So for me, knowing that, this needs to go a little bit higher. And it's also hard because you only get to submit one photo, my guy. You only get one. Guess what? That was the last photo. Everybody who submitted, thank you so much. Like, holy moly. But guess what? I have photos of the week. And photos of the week are what I award to photographers who I see progressing in a way that it goes beyond just the natural progression that one would make from watching a YouTube channel. These are photographers who are participating. They are putting their work on the line. They're putting their reputation, they're putting their level of care, their craftsmanship, themselves as a creator, putting a lot on the line when it comes to this type of work. And I think it's important for me to recognize these shooters. And how I do it is by giving these photographers an award. And the award is called Photo of the Week. And there can't just be one photo of the week, because there's too many photographers that level up from doing these assignments, and I need to recognize all of them. So I do that. I recognize all of them through photos of the week. And sometimes it's the same photographer winning often. Other times it's photographer that has never won before. Like the photographer that I'm about to share with you. Guys, these are your photos of the week. Our first photo of the week goes to the one they call Ricky. Let's go, Ricky J, with his first ever photo of the week. You get the Carty seal of approval, my guy. I was so mad. I didn't even look at the photo when I heard about your settings, but you impressed me. Masterclass. You just signed up for the masterclass. You're like a couple in. You're still new as far as this whole Carty crew, and like you're a part of the Discord. You try to make yourself available. You try to make yourself present, and you pay attention. And this is a good thing and a bad thing, you winning photo of the week, my friend, because now I see you. Now you're on my radar. Now you've set a bar. So now, because you've set a bar and that bar is high, you're not ever allowed to slip below what I have on the screen right now. Now you can't slip. So it's my job to help you, to keep coaching you, but to also not let you slip. And once you win a photo of the week, if you mail in something, oh my God, dude, you can't mail it in ever once you cross that line, my guy. So you crossed the line. This is our first photo of the week. It goes to Ricky J. Congratulations, Ricky. All right.
Yes, sir, yes.
All right. This next shooter, like this, I swear, this photographer has a direct main line into my brain. He communicates with me telepathically. I'm going to say this again. This photographer communicates with me telepathically. If I swear during, like, I hear about it because I'm on the God Squad. And you all know I'm on the God Squad. But like, Mandem is on the God Squad and is like my protector, one of my warriors. Our next photo of the week, people, goes to the one they call Romeo with this product photo right here. This is undeniable. This is an absolute scroll stopper, absolute banger, and I'm incredibly proud of that photographer. Congratulations, Romeo. Wow. Next, and again, like, know that my bar is so high. And your bar has to be like, yo, Zuri, welcome. Thanks for coming. Oh, thanks for coming back. You're a brand new member for the first time because Brandon West just gifted a membership. Brandon, thank you, my guy. Guess what you guys haven't seen since we've been here? You haven't seen the smoke. You have not seen the smoke in the new space. Y'all don't even know what the smoke looks like up in her. Let's get some smoke in here. Every time I get a new member, every time someone gifts a membership, every time somebody decides that they're a believer, or someone puts out some cold hard cash, I like to burn my flat down. So that's what I do. With a little bit of smoke. And our next photo of the week, I just realized just now that I can use both cameras because you can't see this screen anymore. With my old setup, you could see this screen. So as I was going through who the next one was, you could see what I was doing. So I had to stop that. It's got to be a surprise. All right, our next photo of the week. This photographer, I better see more from you because the work that I have seen has literally been a showstopper. I need 15 minutes with you on a one-on-one Zoom chat for free. I need 15 minutes with you because there's some things I need to talk to you about because of this photo and some of the other photos that I've seen. Ladies and gentlemen, our next photo of the week winner goes to the one they call Alpha Monk. Let's go. Photo of the week. What a scroll stopper. Oh my goodness. Just the quality of this image, the light, the bottle, the background, the color composition. Like, bro, this is at such a bar that, like, because I can't give everyone photo of the week, you'll see, in case you're wondering why you didn't win, it's because of photos like Alpha Monks. There's the reason. Like, can't give it to everybody, but the people who I chose, I'm sorry, man, I had nothing to say except for wow. Those are the people who are winning photos of the week this week because there was too many of them. And if I had something to say about this, that, or the other, I'm giving photo of the weeks now to people who made my jaw drop. And also because I also know their work before. It's very hard to win photo of the week off the cuff with no other submissions, but I've seen it. I've seen it because I've given photo of the week to Kyle G, his first submission, and so many others. Our next photo of the week goes to Kyle G. Again, Kyle, this is profound. This is profound. There was some mistakes, and I pointed out a few mistakes to you, but these are more processing things than what I would call a mistake. This is profound, and you are onto something with this. You are onto something with this angle of advertising. You are onto something here. It's important for this photo to just resonate and just like hang out on the stream for a second, because I see you, Kyle, and you've proven to me that you can shoot this type of, this is called environmental advertising. I want you to say it with me. It's called environmental advertising, where you shoot advertising on location. No, like lights may be necessary, maybe sometimes, but most of the time you shoot real products in the real way that they're used in the real environment that they're used in. Like, that's an angle. And I see it so clearly. I think that you're going to excel at this. And for that reason, this is why you're getting photo of the week for this photo. Congratulations, Kyle. Kyle's one of those who won photo of the week on the first shot that he ever submitted. Wow. All right. I think I actually made this photographer cry by my reaction to this photo. Ladies and gentlemen, our next photo of the week winner is, you know her as Jennifer. Miss Jennifer, photo of the week. So good. Make sure you change your proportions from 16:9 to 3:2. I'm so proud of you for this photo, Jennifer. The light, you leveled up here. You leveled up here. Your set, your product choice, the misting, the light. You cut 0 corners here. You cut no corners. And it's so evident. It's so evident that you cut no corners. You literally did everything that you needed to do in order to make a picture at this level. And I want it to just sit for a sec because I want you to feel it. This is your bar now, Miss Jennifer. And sadly, you can't ever go lower than this bar, sadly, because now you've seen how much work it takes to get to this level. You've seen how much work it takes to get to this level. Until you've done the reps where you can do this in your sleep, it's continually going to feel this difficult in order to get, like, it's going to continually feel this difficult to get here every single time. So keep doing the reps. Keep doing the reps, and this is your bar. You now can look at any new photo and say, is it as good as this one? Every new product shot that you make, you can look at and say, is it as good as this? Did I try as hard as I did here? Is the light as perfect as it is here? Is the product the right product? Is my color combination there? Is my color theory there? Is it sharp? Like, you can look now at every one of the photographs that you make after today, and that is your new bar. So it's a good place. It's also a scary place, because there'll be so many times where you're going to say, nope, it's not nope. So many times it's not going to be good enough, which is why we shoot through the picture and why we go in with idea before we execute. You went in with idea here. Now you just need to develop your ideas. So congratulations. That is Miss Jennifer. Photo of the week. All right. We got two more. This one. This is from a photographer who, like, this photograph is at such a level that this photographer should be like watching me is amazing. And I hope that I brought this out of this photographer. But if you know no context, and I show you this photo, this is a professional advertising photographer. Unequivocally. I'm going to say again, this photographer and this photo. If you don't know the photographer, if you don't know the context at which this work was created, in which it was created for a client, but this is a professional advertising photographer who gets $10,000 a day. So who this photograph makes or belongs to, by the way, you know who you are. That's your future, because you're already proving it in the work. This is Victor Liska, photo of the week. An absolute like clinic of a photograph. This is a clinic. This is so well executed. It's so well executed, it's literally a clinic. I mean, that because I have visual OCD, and only someone with my brain would notice this. Only someone with this brain would notice this. Corks don't have the same branding that this does. Corks screw top. So that is my level of OCD and my level of observation. You guys can also be this OCD and this level of observation as well. It does not stop this from being an absolute 11 out of 10, an absolute showstopper, and a banger. But the nuance that I just showed you, that is the difference between an advertising photographer who's been doing it for 3.5 decades and a photographer that's newer, that has this talent level. So Victor, you have this talent level, which it's, but know this, you see what I just saw. The cork and the screw top. How many of you noticed the cork and the corks on the thing and the screw top on the top? How many of you noticed that? Like, honestly, probably nobody, right? I noticed that shit. So that's what you have to be like, you have to also be thinking logical. Like, does that make sense? And like, does this make, would someone do that? And like, blah, blah, blah. You heard me talking about this leg crossed over this leg and how like, when Mike had the leg crossed over, what the knee has to do in order to make it see the bottom. Like, all this different minutia that I share with you and that I break down with your photographs is to make you the obsessive, compulsive perfectionist that you need to seek so you can fail miserably into success. Because like, success comes from you swinging for the fences, but the things that clients are going to be blown away for aren't always going to be the things that you think that they should be blown away for. But you always have to be striving. You always have to be striving. Victor, I'm so impressed with you, man. This is a banger, and of course, it's a photo of the week. Of course. And our last photograph. Our last photograph and our last photographer. Our last photo of the week is a photographer who did mentorship for me for months. And then now she's in my masterclass because she wants different structured learning. And this photographer could be 5 different photographers if she chose. And like the pure talent that this photographer has, like, I'm talking just pure talent. Like, she can shoot almost any niche at a level that's better than you can. This photographer. I have not said that to her before, but this photo and our last photo of the week is from a portrait, editorial, dance photographer that shoots products exceptionally. Ladies and gentlemen, the future Raymond Meyer. I present to you Anna Kaa with yet another photo of the week. Anna, you break my brain, girl. You break my brain. You are so creative. You are so creative and so shy. English isn't a first language. You are embarrassed about talking. You hide. Like, you're so shy and like pure talent. Pure talent. And if Anna, if you just had the confidence to really hang it out there, millionaire. You have beautiful children. You make amazing pictures of your kids. Like, you're like 6 photographers. Most people get 1 talent, eh? 1. You have so many talents that you've like flourished in. And within the photography thing, which isn't even your main thing. By the way, Anna is a graphic designer. Photography is something that she just loves so much that she now wants to make not a full-time career from graphic design. She wants to do it with photography. So you're mind-bendingly talented, Anna. And my problem with you, you're like a wild horse with your creativity. Like, I'm trying to like contain you, but it's like containing a butterfly, you know? But in order for people to know you, you get famous for one thing, and then you have the flexibility to be able to do anything that you want. But I'm trying to like you're like holding onto a helium balloon. Like, you're constant, I'm like, get me back down here and like focus on, I gave a product assignment within your niche. You didn't shoot, like, you shot pure product photography and killed it. So Anna, photo of the week. I can't say enough nice things about you. I just want you to talk more. As I can say, I just want you to talk more. You're so talented. It's kind of ridiculous. Guys, photos of the week. So I guess you want to know what your assignment is. Watch this and I'll show you in a second. If you're running a photography business, especially if you're doing that and juggling photo shoots, I've got something that might be a game changer for you. It's called Indie, and trust me, it's like having a personal business assistant, only it's affordable. First off, imagine creating eye-catching project proposals super easily. Indie helps you do that so you can impress your clients and get more gigs. Plus, there's these ready-to-go contracts which are a breeze to sign thanks to electronic signatures. No more paperwork headaches. Then there's the task management part. You know how you have to keep track of a million things? Indie has a great to-do list and digital tools that let you visualize your work and keep everything super organized. It's really helpful. Invoicing, Indie's got you covered. Send out professional invoices and estimates and let your clients pay through options like PayPal, Stripe, Zelle, and even pay you by check if they need to. Working closely with clients, Indie has a cool client portal where you can chat, share files, and keep everybody in the loop. It's like your project command center. You don't need to use Google Drive. For those of you who are still billing by the hour, there's a time tracker that logs how much time you're spending on each project. Talk about making life easier. And then there's extras like file storage for your photos, customizable forms for all your client interactions, and a calendar that gives you a bird's eye view of your schedule. Here's the kicker. With my promo code Carty35, you can get 35% off your first year of Indie's Pro plan, which works out to be about $7.80 a month if you go monthly, and an even better deal of $5.85 a month if you pay annually. It's $5.85. So if you want to focus more on the creative side of your business and less on that stuff that you don't like doing that much, Indie is your go-to. Click the link in the video description, use my code Carty35, and watch the magic happen. Give it a go. See how it works for you and watch how it transforms your business. Thanks so much. Guys, I also realized recently that Indie has all these contract templates, model releases, property releases, all legal, good to go. You just put in your branding, change your titles, change your words, send it out. It's like, I waited so long to take on a sponsor. All my sponsors are just me, my masterclass, my merch. Like, I sponsor my own show, you know, like this is a one-man operation. But taking on Indie and working with them to actually change a couple of things, they have a bunch of stuff that they're adding, and at $6 a month, like, yeah, those are the kind of sponsors that I'm interested in. Those are the kind of sponsors. And also they adapt. It's a small company. It's like a couple of developers and like a product sales guy, and they're really doing something unique. So I don't know. I love the underdog. People are using QuickBooks. I was using Wave app before, but I'm moving a majority of my stuff over to Indie just because it's dope. So thank you, Indie, for taking care of us here on this show. And if you've signed up, thank you. If you haven't signed up, oh my good God almighty, what are you doing? Please sign up. It's a no-brainer. Lastly, next week's assignment, because assignments are so important. So this is what you're going to be doing for the next 7 ways. This week's assignment is this. I would like you to take everything that you've learned from my reactions looking at these advertising images, from my reactions looking at my editorial images that I asked for, and create for me a horizontal advertising image. Now, you think this is going to be neat. Like, a horizontal advertising image is going to be one of the most difficult things that you've ever made for me, okay? Because it's important for these assignments to continually be pushing your bar upwards. A horizontal advertising image, meaning an advertising image that works between 2 pages without cutting off any important information that would fall in the gutter. Like, where's the copy gonna go? I don't need you to create the copy. I need you to create only the image. Leave the copy to a copywriter. Leave the design to the art director. Just give me the image. That's what I'm asking for. The brief is this. Shoot an advertising image within your niche of a product that you haven't just submitted to me. Don't now suddenly just send me the horizontal version of the vertical version that I just seen. I need an image that I can use in 2 pages in a magazine. I need an image that I could also use as the opening hero shot for my website. Also, if the image is good enough, the ad buy, they're gonna put it on a billboard. So imagine 1 image, 3 uses, double page spread, that gutter. Don't think that they don't offset billboards and offset websites in order to balance copy and the image. Like, nothing is dead set unless it's only being used on web, meaning dead center. So that is your brief. Your deadline is Wednesday midnight. My mods close the submission folder Wednesday midnight so nobody else can submit. So you have 6 days. I think that that's enough time for you to create an advertising image within your niche. The key thing is, though, the bar is high, and you're starting to realize by the type of photography that you're seeing that's getting submitted, and you're also seeing the photographers that their work was here and now their work is here. And if you're one of those who just watches my podcast but doesn't participate in my Discord, doesn't chat, doesn't talk like to me via comments or any, like, I need to know about you. I need you to make a comment and like say what resonates with you and like why you're so shy, and like put yourself out there. I have the strongest, most amazing community of creatives in my Discord, and I'm about to start a pro group of pro photographers, people who are making money. That's how you qualify for my pro group. My pro group is going to be even crazier than my Discord is right now. So that's in the works. My course is in the works. There's so many things that are happening. Masterclass number 4 is on Sunday, and we're talking about the value business. This is going to be the best masterclass I've ever done. I am so absolutely hyped. So if you're in my masterclass, if you're one of the 50 who are in this masterclass, woo-wee! And if you're trying to be in my masterclass, there's this lesson and 3 more, or there's 3 lessons in total left. 4, 5, 6, and then we're done. And then I start again. And when I start again, the masterclass is going to be 3 times the price. So it's going to be $150 a month when we do it again, because it's so beneficial. Guys, I hope this brought you value. I hope you like these hangouts, and expect some secret live streams coming up. Expect some unscheduled live streams to just occur. I miss hanging out with you guys, just reading chat, talking to chat, interacting with you guys without show notes and an agenda. I also expect more work streams. And lastly, I want to review some Instagram accounts. I want to review websites. And I also want to process some raw files. So if I've said to you, hey, I want that raw file, put it in the raw file folder. If you have a website that you're stuck with, you need help, you need eyes on, post that in the website submission folder. And Instagram, I want you to start posting your Instagram account with your submissions. So this is my Instagram, and then this is the photograph, and with all the other stuff I ask for, like your EXF data. So I've just brought you value today. I hope you enjoy this smiling face. You know me, I'm Carty. I'll see you on the next one. Of course, this commercial-free stream is brought to you by the members of this channel. If I didn't have members, you guys would be watching ads during my live stream, which I'm not about. I think ads, they really disrupt the flow of the information. So I don't do ads during my live stream, and it's because of the hundreds of members that I have on this channel. If you'd like to support this live stream, becoming a member is the quickest way to do it. Becoming a member gives you access to me during all of these live streams. You also get a nice cool crown next to your name. If you became a member in the last 25, your name is scrolling across the top of the screen. But everybody starts first as finding a video, finding a podcast, watching it, and becoming a subscriber. And if you are one of those people, you're going to see your name scrolling across the bottom of the screen. I appreciate you for subscribing. Please consider becoming a member. I'm obsessed of making this content as good as possible. Members give me freedom. Freedom for me to not have to take whack sponsors. Freedom for me to be able to do hour-long live streams, 2-hour-long live streams, 3-hour-long live streams, and vibe with you. I'll see you guys in the Discord, because that's where everybody goes right now. One love.